If you're listening to this right now, yeah, you probably don't feel super clear about life at the moment. And I don't mean it in a dramatic movie way necessarily. I mean in that kind of weird, quiet way where you can still function, you can still do your day, but inside there's this fog, like you're walking around with a big question mark in your chest. And honestly, that kind of lost can be the most exhausting one, because when everything is clearly falling apart, at least you know what's happening, you know what you're dealing with, and you're probably going to respond quickly. But when life looks fine from the outside and you still feel kind of disconnected or unsure, kind of like, what the heck am I even doing? It makes you doubt yourself in this sneaky way, you know? Like you start thinking, shouldn't I be happier? Or shouldn't I know what I want by now? Or why do I feel like I'm floating through my own life? And if that's you, you're not weird, you're not broken, you're not behind, you're not failing some secret life test that everyone else passed, okay? Sometimes you feel lost because you've been running on autopilot for too long, like you did what you were supposed to do, and you chose the sensible thing. You kept going, you stayed responsible, stayed productive, stayed strong. And then one day you realize you're very, very tired, and not the, I really need a nap, tired, but tired in that deeper way, where your soul is basically saying, hey, can we talk? Maybe you feel lost because something ended, even if it didn't end dramatically. A relationship shifted, maybe you outgrew someone, maybe you stopped recognizing yourself in the life you were living, or you moved somewhere new and you thought it would feel exciting, but it just really feels unfamiliar, and you're still trying to find your footing, still trying to remember who you are when nobody knows you yet. Or maybe even it's career stuff, you know, like you worked really hard for something, you got the thing, or you got really close to it, and then instead of feeling satisfied, you just felt empty or anxious or like, wait, is this it? And then you feel guilty for even thinking that, because you're like, I should be grateful. But being grateful doesn't magically give you direction, you know. And sometimes it's even simpler than all that. You can also feel lost because you've been carrying too much noise, too much input, too many opinions, too many tabs open in your mind, too many people telling you what you should want. And at some point, your inner voice just gets drowned out, like it's still there. It's just whispering under 1,000 other voices. So yeah, if you're lost, it makes sense. And I want to tell you something that might feel like relief, even if it's small. You don't need to know the whole plan right now. I know your brain wants to, because the brain thinks clarity equals safety. And it's like, if I can just figure this out, I can relax. But the funny thing is, you can't think your way into peace, because thinking is the thing that keeps you tense. It keeps you scanning. It keeps you trying to control the future like it's a spreadsheet. Clarity doesn't usually arrive like a lightning bolt. It's more like it arrives the way the sun rises, you know, slowly, quietly, when you're not constantly staring at it, when you're not demanding it right now, when you're just letting the night pass. And yeah, I'm gonna say the universe thing now, but I want to say it in a way that actually makes sense. The universe doesn't give you answers by screaming them from the outside. It gives you answers by guiding you back into yourself, because the signs aren't always billboards. Sometimes they're sensations, they're patterns, they're timing, or like this weird feeling that you probably have felt before, where you get when you're about to do something that's not aligned, and your chest tightens a little, or your stomach drops a little. So the universe says yes, not by fireworks, but by relief, by ease, by this quiet ah in your body where you suddenly exhale, you know. So if you've been forcing clarity lately, like really squeezing it out of yourself, trying to make a decision just so the discomfort stops, I want you to consider that maybe, just maybe, that the fog is not your enemy. Maybe the fog is actually protection. Because if you can't see the whole path right now, it might be because you're not meant to sprint, you're meant to soften and to slow down long enough to hear what you actually want, not what you were trained to want, not what would look good on paper, not what would impress people, what you actually really want. And I know that sounds simple, but it's not, because wanting something means you have to be honest, and honesty can be scary when you've been performing fine for a long time. So tonight, let's not do the thing where we pressure you into a plan. Let's do something gentler. Just let your body settle where it is. Like, if your shoulders are up near your ears, let them drop a bit. If your jaw's clenched, let it loosen. If your hands are tight, let them open. You don't need to do it perfectly, just enough that your body gets the message. We're safe right now. If your body feels safe, your mind stops panicking. And when your mind stops panicking, your intuition has space to speak. And intuition is basically the universe's language inside of you. It's not always logical. It's not always loud. It doesn't always explain itself. But it's honest, and it's usually calm, even when it's telling you something hard. So maybe, for a moment, you just stop trying to solve your entire life right now, and you just ask quietly, like you're asking a friend, what do I need to know next? Not, what's the whole meaning of my life? Not, what should I do forever? Just, what do I need to know next? And then, you don't chase the answer. You let it come. Because this is the thing. The universe works best when you stop trying to wrestle it into giving you certainty, and you start giving it a little space to arrange things for you behind the scenes, in ways you can't even see yet. And I know that can sound like wishful thinking, but look at your actual life. How many important things happened because you forced them, and how many happened because something just aligned? You met someone at the right time. You saw something that clicked. You got redirected. You got delayed. You got saved from something you thought you wanted, Sometimes the universe answers you with a door opening, but sometimes it does the complete opposite. It answers you with a door closing. Sometimes it answers you by making you tired of what you've been tolerating, or it can answer you by putting a sentence in front of you that hits your heart like, oh, that's it. Sometimes it can even answer you through dreams, through random clarity in the shower, through the sudden calm certainty when you're walking alone and you're not trying to figure anything out. So tonight, you don't have to get it all. Tonight, you can just loosen your grip. And if you want to say something softly in your head, you can say, I don't need to force clarity. I don't need to pressure myself. I'm allowed to be in between options, that's okay. I'm being guided even when it feels quiet. And, when you say things like that, it's not magic in a childish way, it's magic in a nervous system way. Because you're telling your whole being to stop fighting the present moment, and the moment you stop fighting, you become more receptive. And being receptive is how guidance actually reaches you, because the universe can't steer a closed fist. It steers an open hand. And I know you've been gripping tightly. You've been trying to do the right thing. You've been trying to be smart. You've been trying to not mess it up. But you don't mess up what's meant for you. Not truly. You might detour, you might take longer, you might learn through the scenic route, but what's meant for you is persistent. It finds you, it circles back, it waits for you to become the version of yourself who can actually receive it. So if you're lost, it might just mean you're becoming, and becoming feels like not knowing. Becoming feels like shedding. Becoming feels like a blank page, and a blank page can feel terrifying if you think you're supposed to already have the story written. But a blank page is also freedom, you know? It means nothing is decided yet, nothing is locked in, nothing is over. So if your mind starts racing, just come back to something simple. Come back to this moment, the fact that you're here, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you're still trying, and oh, that matters more than you think, because the kind of person who's meant to create a better life isn't the person who always knows. It's the person who stays open long enough for the answers to arrive, and they will, not all at once, not in one perfect sentence, but in little pieces. A feeling tomorrow morning, a sudden no that finally feels clear, a yes that feels calm, or conversation that points you somewhere, a new idea that lands and doesn't leave, maybe a quiet knowing that shows up when you're not trying so hard. So let tonight be gentle. Let tonight be a pause. You don't need to earn rest by being certain. You can rest now, and you can trust that while you're resting, the universe is still moving things, still arranging things, still guiding you back toward yourself, because you're not lost in the way you think. You're just in the fog, and the fog always clears. It always does. Just breathe. Let your body get heavy. Let your mind be soft. And if the only thing you take from this is one sentence, let it be this: you don't have to figure it out tonight.